Hey, what's up, fam? Um, Today I'll be discussing more about the menstrual blood and its purpose and the ideas that surrounded menstrual blood at the time of, the ancient world. I want to give you guys some starting points when it comes to man or woman. Maybe the man wants to understand his woman more, or women more. And women need to understand themselves, the beautiful power that they have within themselves. This is very new to me, but I want to share that journey with you. How I research things, little by little, connecting the dots that with ideas that don't even like correlate with each other. That's the best research. Getting sources from different sources and connecting them all to create this big picture. The problem with humanity is now that they want like one book. One book doesn't tell the truth. One book doesn't have the truth. And that's what I want to leave that in your mind today, that there's no one way, no one book that has the whole truth. You have to collect everything, because everything is that one book, sort of say. Like everything is that one pool of knowledge, and you can actually I think it's called synchronism. And you could connect all the dots and really understand things. Forget those people that are too lazy or just want the easy way out. Like, I don't believe that. That has nothing to do with Jesus Christ. But in fact, I'm actually looking more into Jesus Christ and these different spiritual ideas and what they mean, and how their relationship with astrology or alchemy, or like connecting all the dots, not just closing your eyes. And that's just not me, that's not in me. So let's get down to it though. Okay, so the blessing of menstruation in myth. Evidence of the sacredness of menstruation throughout all cultures before the rise of the male-dominated patriarchy is well documented. Alright, so the world wasn't always a patriarchy, it was a matriarchy. And the book, how the black sun and all this shit about flat earth and the black sun being below our feet made sense to me, because it's, it's a goddess. So, Terrence McKenna, I don't know if you guys heard about Terrence McKenna, but he has a book. He has a book list, and this was on his book list, and it's called The Chalice and the Blade. The Chalice and the Blade, and it's our future, no, our history, and our future. Pretty much, it talks about the world before matriarchy, before patriarchy. I mean, so it talks about the ancient world. So it's a really good book. I mean. It's by Ryan Esler. That's who the author is. The Chalice and the Blade. So if you want to understand more about the ancient world and how the goddess was predominantly respected in ancient times, the history that you were taught was bullshit in school. I assure you that. How the fuck are you gonna have faith in these people? Like they're your god. Like whatever they say is truth. Doesn't make any sense to me. But people are so busy paying off their bills and shit. They don't really have time to look into their life. Look into their reality. So let's read this. The Morais stated explicitly that human souls are made of menstrual blood, which when retained in the womb assumes human form and grows into a man. Africans said menstrual blood is congealed to fashion a man. Aristotle said human life is made of coagulum of menstrual blood. From the mouth of Aristotle. In Hindu theory, I love the Vedas. In Hindu theory, as the Great Mother creates her substances of become thickened and forms a curd or clot, this was the way she gave birth to the cosmos. and women employ the same method on a smaller scale. Okay, of course, as above, so below, as within, as without. A Chinese proverb says to understand, don't quote me on this, but the main idea of this one Chinese proverb that I'll never forget is to learn about the outside realities, to learn about reality, look around you, because nature is a microcosm of the macrocosm. The black sun, the great mother, Mother Earth, this is what they're talking about. The Hindus, Indians of South America said all mankind was made of moon blood in the beginning. Moon blood within the womb. Moon. It's all power in the language. Just because it's not spelled that way, it matters how it sounds and how you reverse it, right or left, or break it down. The ancient Mesopotamia, in ancient Mesopotamia, they believed the great goddess Nihirsag made mankind out of clay and infused with her blood of life. Adam, from the feminine Adamah, means bloody clay. The Bible story of Adam was lifted from an older female-oriented creation myth, recounting the creation of man from clay and moon blood. That's definitely something interesting to look into, because the earth being flat, and I don't care if people are lost by this, the people know who I'm talking to. Those are the people I want to listen. The people that are not hindered by me saying flat earth. I want people who are curious minds. I don't want no followers, no monkeys, no retards. I don't want that. I want only the children, the people who have the child's heart will enter the kingdom of knowledge. Like arrogance, thinking that you know all, or sometimes things are not beyond words. You have to pay attention to your reality. You're told what to believe. Just be curious. Have that childlike heart. Be curious. Never kill that. That's gonna save you. Those who have children's heart will enter God's kingdom. If you want to get biblical or prophesize, you have to have that child's heart. That heart, not that paper, not that third eye. They don't say that third eye. They say that heart. That's what's gonna make you through. That feminine goddess, that heart, the compassion. In the Quran's creation story, wow, with all the ISIS talk in the United States, it's kind of like more demonizing the feminine. The coming of the black sun, ISIS, or the ISIS. It comes by many names. In the Quran's creation story, it says that Allah made man out of flowing blood, but in pre-Islamic Arabia, Allah was the goddess of creation, Alat. Let me read that for you again. In the Quran's creation story, it says that Allah made man out of flowing blood, but in pre-Islamic Arabia, Allah was the goddess of creation, Alat. So, thing it was, in this book, The Chalice and the Blade, that I was recommending, talks about how they took old ideas and made into their ideas. They took the feminine worship and made it into their own version of the god and made it male. To further alienate us from the true God, or the true source, sorcery, the true source of our being. Plutarch said man was made of earth, but the power that made a human body grow was the moon, source of menstrual blood. The gods were dependent on the miraculous power of menstrual blood. In Greece, it was euphemistically, sorry for my pronunciation, my mispronunciations. Supernatural, called the supernatural red wine, given to the gods by Mother Hera in her virgin form as Hebe. The Great Mother, again, Black Sun, the Great Mother manifested herself as a spirit of creation Kalimaya, Maya, Mama, material, math. You could say you don't believe this shit, but it's in your language, the words you use every day. Like, you could believe whatever you want, but this rules your life. Whether you're whether you know it or you're ignorant to the fact. It's in your language, it's into the things you use to prove flat earth wrong or whatever. Oh, I got math. Math, the study of ma. Ma is the source of creation. Maya, mama. That's the first word. That's the first word you learn. Mama. It's not like that just for shits and giggles. It's like that for a reason. But you don't know the reason. You just have all this shit in your head. So if you don't believe it, it's fine. But at least have an open mind to it. Or say, oh, you lost me at flat earth or whatever. This message is not for you then. Tread along. Watch your sports. Watch your Games of Thrones. Drink your Starbucks. Drink your coffee. Tread along. You'll be fine. And the gods in Holy Communion drank of the fountain of life and rose to heaven. Alright, let me read that again. That's pretty interesting. The Great Mother, manifested herself as a spirit of creation, Kalimaya. She invited the gods to bath in the bloody flow of her womb and drink of it. And the gods in Holy Communion drank of the fountain of life and rose to heaven. Well, this fountain of life is where your compass is pointing to. That is a stairway to heaven. Okay, I don't know how to pronounce that. I'm sorry. I'll try. Hic est sanguis maius. This is the chalice of my blood. As spoken in the Christian Icarist refers in origin to the menstrual blood of the Great Mother, not Christ. So this is all talking of Christians predating the Christians that these Christians nowadays, modern Christianity, got his ideas from. Doesn't make sense to me. It's there in plain sight. To this day, clothes allegedly stained with the goddess menstrual blood are greatly prized as healing charms. For religious ceremonies, Australian Aborigines painted their sacred stones, chorungas, and themselves with red ochre, declaring that represented women's menstrual blood. I'm gonna lead more into why in the cosmos, menstrual blood is also, the earth has its own menstrual blood. The macro, I will talk about the macro in a little bit. The esoteric secret of the gods was that their mystical powers of longevity, authority, and creativity came from the female essence of menstrual blood. This gets interesting. The Norse god Thor reached the magic land of enlightenment and eternal life. Thor reached the magic land of enlightenment, the land of perpetual twilight, and eternal life by bathing in the river filled with menstrual blood of the giantess, that of the primal matriarchs, the powerful ones. Alright, at the North Pole, where your compass is pointing, around May, the sun gets close enough to the center hole where your compass is pointing to. It's like a pit. Alice goes down the rabbit hole. Well, that's what it predicts. Because Alice in Wonderland is really, what I'm starting to make connections is Alice Bailey. But we'll talk about that some other time. Tongue twister. So pretty much what happens is the sun gets close enough, it starts swirling around, and pretty much the aurora borealis starts having some red in it. And it looks like menstrual blood. And that's also on your Christmas tree. Well, you could search that up. Aurora borealis, Look for the aurora borealis. You're gonna see a video, and you're gonna see some red and green into the sky. And please don't tell me, oh, scientists, it's not that, it's this. They use math, math, you know, math. The study of Maya, math. They use that, you know, so it's like, doesn't make any sense. Like, it's just the thing is, the math hides and encrypts the simple things to understand. That's what all these sciences are, and all these books, and to go to school, it separates you from knowledge. So like, oh, if you don't go to school for like 8 years or whatever to be indoctrinated by the false mama, you know, their way of interpreting mama, math, and material world, you know, their interpretation of ma, then you don't really know jack shit, you know. But they hide it in the language, and that's the most important part. So pretty much, you know, Thor drinks from the eternal waters of life, the menstrual blood, the holy grail, and that's the, you know, he reaches the magical land of enlightenment, the land of, I think, where Hermes Trismegistus came from. You know, Ptah looks green, and green is from the land of, you know, the perpetual twilight, because of the aurora borealis, the little green men. It pigmented their skin for a little bit. Odin acquired supremacy by stealing and drinking the wise blood from the triple cauldron in the womb of Mother Earth. Hence again, where is this womb of Mother Earth? The micro matches the macro. Just like you women have the womb in your stomach, there's a womb of Earth, and it's an actual place. It's real. You know, your compass is pointing to it. So Odin, you know, he gained supremacy by stealing and drinking the wise blood from the triple cauldron in the womb of Mother Earth, the same triple goddess known as the Kali Maya in the Southeast Asia, which I have a book called The Triple Goddess, and I'll get more into that later. Odin's death and menstrual magic paralleled that of Indra, who stole the ambrosia of immortality in the same way. So see, look, stealing of immortality. You see that? Immortality, the myths are fighting. Humans are supposed to be immortal, fighting for immortality. You know, the immortality is a subject. Open your mind. You know, think a little bit. Think outside the box. The cube that you put on your head. Think outside that. In graduation, you wear a little cube hat. Get out that cube for a little bit, you know. It helps you too, actually. It helps you if you know how to use it. Like, what you learn in school helps you, but it's not the school's fault that you can't have critical thinking and, you know, figure this out on your own, you know. School is not to blame, in my opinion, you know. It's just, you just gotta look at it a different way. Soma was produced by the churning of the primal sea, representing the menstrual blood of the mother goddess. It was drunk by the priests at sacrificial ceremonies and mixed with milk as a healing charm. An ancient ceremony called Somavati, women of Mahastra circumambulated the sacred female symbolic fig tree. Oh, the symbolic fig tree. The Bible has a lot of fig tree in it. Whenever the new moon fell on a Monday, the sacred day of the moon. So Monday is Moon Day. The mother goddess under her name of Lakshmi. This is on Vedas, the Vedas, Hindu. Lakshmi gave the Soma to Indra, to make him king of the gods. His wisdom, power, and curiously feminine capacity for pregnancy came from the Lakshmi's mystic drink. The goddess blood became his wisdom. Greeks believed that the wisdom of man or God was centered in his blood. The soul stuff given by his mother. Of course, we are born by women. We are born by women. And that's why, you know, that's why these days women are so, like, suppressed in a way and given a false view of feminism. You know, like I tell the women, get into the Black Sun, learn about the mother goddess. Stop supporting these fucking fictitious Allahs and Jehovahs and Yahwehs. Go back into your feminine goddesses, the first gods that would ever hear. And when they ruled, look, when they ruled, we were in a golden age. When we appreciated the mother goddess. But it's only when the Allahs and the Jehovahs and the demiurges, became, the idea, the beliefs of them dominated our minds. Because that's really what it is, a program. You see war, you see famine, you see like people hiding, the government hiding what they're doing, poisoning you in ways that, like you can never figure out unless you go out and research. It's a sick fucking world now because of the male dominated deities or the interpretation of the Ma, saying that Ma was feminine. No, not feminine. I mean masculine in nature, the deities. That's why the world is in corruption right now, because you got the wrong God. You don't know where you are on the globe. You think you're on a globe and you're worshiping the wrong God. No wonder the world's fucked up. Egyptian pharaohs. Okay, Greeks believed the wisdom of man or God was centered in his blood, the soul stuff given by his mother. Egyptian pharaohs became divine by ingesting the blood of Isis. The blood of Isis, the black sun, Lucifer. A soma-like ambrosia called Sa. Its hieroglyphic sign was the same sign of the vulva, a yonic loop like the one of the Ankh. That's what it means. A cross of life. Painted red, this loop signified the female genitalia and the gate of heaven. Of course, the gate of heaven is at this. It's telling you right there. This loop signifies the female genitalia and the gate of heaven. The gate of heaven is at where your compass is pointing to. We're gonna go check it out. What's the fucking, like, what do we got to lose by checking it out? There's got to be something there for sure. It's being hid for a reason. It's common sense, guys. Amulets buried with the dead specifically prayed Isis to deify the deceased with her magic blood. A special amulet called the Tajet represented Isis's vulva and was formed of red substance, jasper, cornelian, red porcelain, red glass, or red wood. This amulet was said to carry the redeeming powers of the blood of Isis. The same elixir of immortality again, received the name of Amrita in Persia. Sometimes it was called the milk of the mother goddess, sometimes fermented drink called sacred blood. It was always associated with the moon. Celtic kings became gods by drinking the red mead dispensed by the fairy queen Mab, whose name was formerly Medhibat or Mead. Thus she gave a drink of herself. The Celtic name of this fluid was the Ragflaith. Sorry for my pronunciations. Meaning either red or ale or red sovereignty. In Celtic Britain, to be stained with red meant to be chosen by the goddess as king. See, the goddess was respected. Celtic Ruad meant both red and royal. The pagan paradise or fairyland was at the shit. More. I didn't notice this when I read it the first time. Look at this. Truth in plain sight. The pagan paradise or fairyland was at the uterine center of the earth, site of the magical fountain of life. An old manuscript in British Museum said the dying and resurrected phoenix lives there forever. The fountain of eternal youth. Right there in front of your fucking sights. The fountain of eternal youth, obviously menstrual, is said to overflow once every lunar month. Right there, boom. So maybe we could go every month now. Maybe it could be every month. The fountain of eternal youth, obviously menstrual, is said to flow once every lunar month. Maybe who knows? Maybe May, like May sun, the May sun, like Masonic, the May sun, Masonic, the May sun. So on the May sun, May Day, I'm going down. That's where you have to drink from the holy waters, the menstrual blood of the earth. You know, it has to do with the sun above our head, which is the sun, Helios, Christ, and the black sun below our feet. At a certain time of the year, it generates this red and green elixir. You can see it in the sky, the aurora borealis. And that's the time where you're supposed to drink from this eternal waters. It says it right here. The pagan paradise or fairyland was the uterine center of the earth. That's why they made the earth a globe, so you won't go here. Site of the magical fountain of life. The communion wine drunk by witches was menstrual blood. The famous wizard Thomas Reimer joined a witch cult under the tutelage of the fairy queen, who told him she had a bottle of clarinet wine in her lap and invited him to lay his head in her lap. Claret was a traditional drink of the kings and also synonym for blood. Its name literally meant enlightenment. Medieval romance and courtly love movement, later related to the witch cults, were strongly influenced by tantric tradition, in which menstrual blood was indeed the wine of poets and sages. It is still specified to the left-hand rite of Tantra that the priestess impersonating the goddess must be menstruating, and after contact with her, a man may perform rites that will make him a great poet, a lord of the world. So yeah, love your girl, love your girl when she's in that time of the month, It is still specified in the left-hand. Okay, I read that already. Sorry, guys. Okay, we're almost done here. When a girl first menstruates, she is said to have borne the flower of India. The English word flower has a significant literal meaning of which that flows. The Bible also calls menstrual blood the flower. Leviticus 15:24, a precursor of the fruit of the womb, a child, as any flower mysteriously contained its future fruit. So uterine blood was the moon, flower supposed to contain the soul of future generations. The crucifixion of Jesus, where he was lanced in the side and blood poured forth into the holy chalice, is an adaptation of early menstrual mysteries, where the mother goddess bleeds from her womb, and which is the holy chalice. So pretty much, that's representing what the sun does. When the sun is at the constellation of Crux, that's when you see the aurora borealis and that red menstrual, like that red, it looks magnetic. It's floating up there with the aurora borealis. All you have to do is YouTube it. The Grail story, where many people are bleeding inside the Grail castle, is also symbolic reference to the earlier goddess menstrual mysteries. Taoist said a man could become immortal, at least live long-lived, by absorbing menstrual blood called red yin juice from a woman's mysterious gateway. Symbol of life, giving female energy. Chinese sages call this red juice the essence of Mother Earth, the yin principle that gives life to all beings. They claim the Yellow Emperor became a god by absorbing the yin juice of 1,200 women. Damn. A Chinese myth said the moon goddess Chang'o, who controlled menstruation, was oft offended by male jealousy of her powers. So she left her husband, who quarreled with her because she had all the elixir of immortality, and he had none, and was resentful. She turned her back on him and went to live in the moon forever. In much the same way, Lilith left Adam to live at the Red Sea. The Hebrew word for blood, dam, means mother or woman in other European languages. Dam, damsel, madame, la dama, dame, and also the curse, damn. Alright, so dam means blood, the damned. Therefore, the biblical Adam means a woman or mother. So Adam, separation. Therefore, the biblical Adam means a woman or mother. Mother Earth. Adam. Another common ancient symbol of the blood river of life was the red carpet, traditionally trod by sacred kings, heroes, brides, the royal road, now favored by holy celebrities of the royalty of our times. The red carpet, menstrual blood. And you worship these celebrities. Some people worship these celebrities. Oh my god, yeah. They use the red carpet. Taoist China considered red a sacred color associated with women, blood, sexual potency, and creative power. White was the color of men, semen, passivity, and death. This was the tantric idea of male and female essences. The male principle is seen as passive, and the female principle as active, the reverse of later patriarchal views. This is fucking... Just seeing how much I have left. Easter eggs. Classic womb symbols of the goddess Eostre were traditionally colored red and laid on graves to strengthen the dead. This habit, common in Greece and southern Russia, might be traced back to the Paleolithic graves, which were reddened with ochre, for a closer resemblance to the earth mother womb from which the dead could be born again. Ancient tombs everywhere have shown that the bones of the dead covered with ochre. Sometimes everything in the tomb, including the walls, had red color. J.D. Evans described a tomb on Malta filled reddened bones, which struck fear into the workmen, who insisted the bones were covered with fresh blood. Well, let's skip through this. Greek mystics were born again out of the river of Styx, other known as the Alpha, the beginning, the Big Bang. This river would wound 7 times through the earth's interior. See, the Greeks even knew about this. This river wound 7 times through the earth's interior, emerged at a Ionic shrine near the city of Clitor, Greek clitoris, sacred to the Great Mother. Styx was the blood stream of the earth's vagina. Symbolic death and rebirth were linked with baptism in the waters of Styx. So symbolic death and rebirth, like baptism. The Christians do the baptism still down to this day. They're bathing in the water of Styx. Styx is the mother goddess, the chalice, when you go all the way to the north. As in many other sacred rivers the world over, Jesus himself was baptized in Palestine's version of Styx, the River Jordan. See how they take old ideas and make it into their own and violate it. So look, Jesus himself was baptized in the Palestine version of the Styx, the River Jordan. When a man bathed 7 times in this river, his flesh came again, like unto the flesh of a little child. Wow. So baptism is like bathing in the water of Styx. Gnostic Christians believe that the passage in Revelation, I saw the tree of life with its 12 kinds of fruit, yielding its fruit each month. Look, the great tree of life where your compass is pointing to was an allusion to the monthly incidence of female period. The Sufis, who also practiced yoni worship, associated female embodiment with red and male counterpart with a consciousness with white. Red and white colors alternated in a Sufi halqa or magic circle called the very here of Sufism. An Arab rosary of alternating red and white beads had the same meaning, men and women coupled around the circle. In most European folk dances, okay, let's see, let's skip over this a little bit. In most European folk dances, red and white were the colors worn by alternating female and male dancers and witches. Fairy ring of pagan Ireland, where the goddess was worshipped under the same name as the tantric earth mother, Tara. Mother Earth, tantric earth mother, Tara. The dance moved counterclockwise or moonwise, and the red and white represented the fairy world or enlightened consciousness. The rites were often governed by old women due to the ancient belief that post-menopausal women were the wisest people because permanently retained their wise blood. Interesting, you know. Look at the older women with respect, with being wise. As a medium of reincarnation, menstrual blood was sometimes called a remedy for death itself. In the tale Child Roland, the elven king roused men from the magic sleep of death with a bright red liquor. So guys, long story short, all this is pointing to the Holy Grail where your compass is pointing to. All the myths talk about this. And the sources, list adapted from Women's Encyclopedia of Myths and Secret by Barbara Walker. So if you want to read this for yourself, you look at it from the Women's Encyclopedia of Myths and Secret by Barbara Walker. Look, and it's a new one. Look. Saren Bertra, the publishers. Fountain of Life, 2012. Boom, 2012. That's a really important date, 2012. 2012 it came out. Wow. Well, guys, I hope you guys learned something. Sorry if I didn't read smoothly. I tried my best. The message has to come out either way. Not everything could be perfect. And the long story short, you just gotta do something. Spread the message. Do a video. You don't even have to show your face. Fuck it. Well, take care, fam. You know who you are. And if you don't understand any of this, look into it. Or if you don't believe it and you have your faith good, keep treading along. This message is not for you. Have a good day. I try to love you all. All right. Bye.